Colby Covington is the new UFC interim welterweight champion. Yes, it's true. And he's going to the White House. Let's talk to Colby right now. He's joining us via the magic of Skype. Colby, are you there? There he is. Colby, I see your mouth.
What's up, Helwani?
Push that thing up. I want to see your whole face. Push it up. The camera.
Man, this thing, oh, the camera?
Yes.
Man, I just want you to see the belt, man. This gold shiny belt is so nice, man.
I see it. It's beautiful. What is it like? Is this surreal?
It's everything I envision. You know, I'm living the American dream, Helwani. Just a kid from Oregon, setting goals and crushing them, just like President Trump.
What have you been doing with the belt? Have you been parading around? You're still in Chicago, right? Have you been parading around Chicago with it?
I haven't been parading around. You know, I said before the fight what I came here to do. I came to beat up a Brazilian geek, and then I was going to bang some Midwest freaks. So, you know, I had a late night in the bedroom last night with the belt. You know, we were taking turns having a threesome and spanking the girls' asses. One girl wanted to wear the belt. So we've been putting the belt to all kinds of good uses.
You're like the new Tim Sylvia. You've heard the stories about Tim Sylvia and what he used to do with the belt, right?
Nah, I don't want to hear anything about that dude. That dude's got two left feet, man. Nothing with that guy has any interest in me, the real American dream and the new welterweight champion.
I see your smile. You look at that smile. You've been. It cracks. How much did you enjoy last week in Chicago? How much did you enjoy the whole process?
Oh, I loved every second of it. You know, I've been telling you what I was going to do the whole time, man. I'm a man of my word, Helwani. I told you what I was going to do from the beginning, and now I'm telling you what I'm going to do next. I'm going to break Tyron Woodley in front of the whole world, just like in the training room at American Top Team.
It doesn't feel surreal that you're actually holding the belt. Like it doesn't, like you haven't had to pinch yourself just a little bit.
No, not really. You know, that's why you didn't really see me do like an excessive celebration. You know, I expected this. I've been training my whole life. You know, I've been training since I was 7 years old. I'm 30 years old now, so 23 years training and a lot of hard work. 8 years at American Top Team, homegrown. I'm the first homegrown champ from American Top Team. It's easy to go get a champ like Joanna, you know, where you come in as good skill set, but for someone like me who came fresh out of college with not a lot of MMA experience and straight into a homegrown champion from American Top Team, you know, it was a special moment for me and Dan Lambert on Saturday night.
Yeah, I can imagine. What's going on? Everything okay over there?
Yeah, one of my chicks was trying to come in. I said, "Hey, chill out, man. I got an interview to do with Helwani."
I appreciate that. Thank you. Have you watched the fight?
No, I haven't been able to watch it. Where can you watch it at?
I don't know. I feel like maybe on Fight Pass or something. I mean, you're the freaking champion. I'm sure they could give you like a coupon code or something, right?
I would hope so. I'm gonna have to make some calls, man.
Yeah. Well, I was just wondering, which rounds do you think you won decisively?
You know, I definitely felt like I won the first 3 rounds decisively, and definitely the fifth round. There was no doubt. The fourth round, you know, he got a lucky takedown, and you know, he didn't really do any damage. So, you know, I thought I won all 5 rounds pretty clearly.
Oh, really? So you weren't worried at all before they announced the scorecards?
No, I wasn't worried at all. You could tell, you know, in RDA's posture out there. You know, he knew he was a defeated man. He was putting his head down. He knew that the win was inevitable for me. So I wasn't worried at all. I knew I won that fight.
I thought it was interesting and effective how you obviously pushed the pace. You were in his face for the majority of the fight. One time, though, and I can't remember which round, it was later in the fight, maybe it was the fourth, when you ran to him and then he caught you with a big punch. How much did that hurt you?
Oh, it didn't hurt me at all, man. You know, he didn't put any significant strikes on me. It wasn't like any big punches. So, you know, I got an iron chin. You know, there's a reason, you know, I put a lot of hours in the bedroom, so my cardio is always on point, but you know, there wasn't any significant punches that he landed on me.
My understanding. So if you think that okay, you won, well, you said at least 4 out of the 5, if not 5. I mean, at that point, one would say, okay, that was a pretty one-sided fight. Did you think it would go that easily for you? Did you think honestly that it would be that one-sided heading in?
You know, I thought it was going to be a lot easier. I trained very hard. You know, I know I'm on a different level than Rafael dos Anjos. So, you know, like I said before, you know, he's a lightweight. All the media, they were hyping him up to say he's God. You know, he was definitely the second best welterweight in the division behind me. You know, I'm obviously the first best welterweight, but all the media that was hyping him up, saying he was unbeatable. He beat Robbie Lawler. He beat Neil Magny, destroyed Tarek Safin. I knew that they were all going to be a downfall after this fight. Now they're probably making headlines with excuses for him. Oh, he should have never been at lightweight. Oh, he's washed up. So, I thought it'd be a lot easier, but, still a dominant and clear win. And we all know who the best welterweight in the world is.
So you say number two, you actually it's a nice belt. Yeah, you feel like he is actually better than Tyron?
Oh, without a doubt, man. He would melt Tyron Woodley. Tyron Woodley, he all he does is take steps backwards. He can't hang with RDA's pace. RDA's got a very good gas tank in himself. So there's no doubt about it that RDA would definitely melt Soy Boy, Hollywood Boy, Tyron Woodley.
Okay, so then you win the fight. It's all good. The fans are booing. You're doing great. You're on top of the world. And then you head to the back, start doing media. And it seems like Michael Bisping is trying to teach you a lesson or two. What did you make of that whole exchange on FS1?
He's an unprofessional little one-eyed twerp. Every time the UFC brings me out, I'm always professional. I'm on time. I make weight. There's never, ever any issues with Colby Chaos Covington. I always do the right things. And, what he did on Saturday night was a complete joke. That was my time and my moment. And he was trying to, steal my spotlight. He knew the light was so bright. And usually he can't see out of that one eye. But my spotlight was so bright that he just couldn't help but try and jump in. But, the thing is, it's crazy that he forgot what happened from American forefathers, Dan Henderson. You would think that he got humbled from the last time he messed around with the red, white, and blue. I'll come across that pond and break that little one-eyed nerd's face.
Did you tell the UFC you didn't appreciate that? Did you complain, like they make you do this interview and all of a sudden you have to get into this back and forth with a guy in another studio? Did you voice your displeasure with that?
See, that's the thing, man. I'm not like any other fighter. I don't ever complain, man. I just take things the way they are. I'm not like Tyron Woodley where he complains about the fans. Oh, they're racist because they don't like me. Oh, they're racist. They don't want to watch me fight. No, you're just boring. No one wants to watch the whole human form of NyQuil. So, I didn't complain or voice my pleasure. It is what it is. I have no. It is what it is. You want to take shots at me from the Fox Sports desk? There's a reason that they're moving over to ESPN. There's a reason that you're going with them over there with Helwani. He ain't going over there.
I appreciate that. Thank you. So I understand. This is my understanding, and you may know more than me, but my understanding is that President Trump is aware of you, what he thinks, if he's inviting you. I don't know that, and please tell me if you know more. But President Trump is aware of what you have been saying and of your interest meeting him. And I do know for a fact, because it's been put out there, that Donald Trump Jr. commented on a photo of you and someone else. I forget the man's name. Please let me know if you know as well. What could you tell us about their interest in having you over there?
Yeah, the great Cameron Haynes, one of my
That's
very
right.
good friends
That's
from
right.
Oregon. He's been messaging Donald Trump Jr. He took a picture with me in the backstage with the belt last weekend, and he's been in contact with Donald Trump Jr. They're friends, so he's trying to. Cameron Haynes, my good friend, trying to get me into the White House. I can't thank him enough for that. And then also, after the press conference, I talked to Dana, and Dana's like, "You really want to go to the White House?" I said, "Absolutely, man. When I say things, I mean them. I'm not here just to say things. When I say it, I mean it." So he's like, "Okay, we'll make it happen." So, we're going to go to the White House. There's no doubt about it. This gold shiny belt is going to go on Donald Trump's desk, and I can't wait to be there, man. I'm a real American, man. I'm very happy to be American. The red, white, and blue means so much to me. All the men and women that sacrifice their lives so I can have my freedoms. I really do appreciate them. Unlike those silver spoon athletes, and I'm not just talking about the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm talking about any sports teams or athletes that want to kneel during our national anthem. These are a bunch of prima donna millionaires that are getting paid, and they're trying to voice their political opinion on their time when they're getting paid all this money and they're living the American dream, and they want to disrespect our country and our president. It's a complete joke, man. If they want to try and disrespect someone, they should come over to America Top Team in Coconut Creek, Florida. I'll teach them a lesson of respect. I'll slap some respect into them.
Are you a fan of Donald Trump as a person, or is it just because he's the president and you believe I got to respect the president? That's how I was brought up.
No, I was always a big fan of Donald Trump, even before he was president. Just his business tactics, his bargaining skills, and just the person he is, man. He's a very respectable guy, and now that he's the great leader of the free nation, I have so much respect for him, and it would be a true honor to put this gold belt on his desk like a real American world champion should.
And you truly believe this is going to happen?
Yeah, I do truly believe it's going to happen. Dana White's got connections to Trump. They're friends. Donald Trump Jr. has already expressed an interest to my friend Cam Haynes that it's going to happen. There's a lot of media outlets that are reporting on it. I think it's gotten back to Trump. And, if all these other, no one wants to watch the football league anymore. I can tell you that, numbers are dropping. World and the greatest athlete in the world who's making this sport great again, going over to Donald Trump in the White House and setting President Trump's desk.
You think it happens soon?
Yeah, I do think that it happens soon. I think that'll happen within the next month or two. So,
Wow.
I know I got to go on a little media tour with this. They're going to send me all over the country, maybe all over the world. I'm internationally famous now, so I know they love me in Brazil. I might go run for Brazilian politics over there. I heard their president just got impeached. I'd love to make Brazil great again. But in the meantime, I want to go visit the White House, and I got some places to see and some honeys to do.
Right. Now, I don't know if you noticed this, but Tyron tweeted about you a couple times on Saturday. And if you look at the replies, they're like 95% in his favor. People telling him, shut him up, kick his ass, things like that. Like all of a sudden, everyone loves Tyron. It's a crazy thing. Have you noticed this? And if so, what do you make of it?
That's the thing. I can't notice anything that little dweeb says because he blocked me on all social media outlets, Helwani. I don't block him. He can say whatever he wants to say about me. You want to say something to me, Tyron Woodley, say it to my face. Go to @Colby Cov MMA, tweet at me. I'll tweet right back at you. You need to stop unblocking me like the little Hollywood soy boy that you are. But, I don't see anything he says. Everything he says is fake news. He just tries to come out in the media. He's trying to steal my spotlight. He knows I'm the real world champ. He's got that fool's gold at home. So, if he wants to say something, he can either say it to my face or unblock me and say it to me and let me see it like a real man.
Do you think he takes the fight against you? Are you confident that now it has to happen?
To be honest, I don't know, man. It's one or two things. Either he runs away to Hollywood and he goes and does these stupid backup little rap videos in the back of stupid Wiz Khalifa's things. Go listen to those. It's like listening to the chalkboard. Or, he lets me embarrass him in front of the whole world, like what used to always happen behind American Top Team doors.
So you used to beat him up when you guys used to spar?
Every single time, every round. He literally never took one round off me. First round, he'd be so tired trying to get oxygen to those muscles. The second round, it would just be easy pickings for me. I would pick him apart, do whatever I want to him. So, that's the real reason he never wanted to talk to me again. After I gave him enough beatings, he's like, nah, I'm not doing this no more. You could ask all his coaches. Din Thomas saw it live. A Jake boxing coach over in Illinois. Everybody knows it. They've all seen it. They know what's going to happen. Tyron Woodley knows what's going to happen. He's felt it. He knows the pressure. He's a little two-pump chump. He won't last more than 2 rounds.
He said yesterday that John Jones has offered to help train him to beat you. What do you make of that?
You know what I make of that, Helwani?
Oh, no. We lost him. What timing? He's going to come back. Wait for it. Oh, you're back. You said, you know what I make of that, Helwani? And then I lost you.
You know what I make of that, Helwani? I make of that, first off, John Jones needs to grow up, Helwani. And secondly, come on, let's be honest. You fought more recently, Helwani, than both Woodley and Jones combined. Those dudes don't even fight no more, man. They're too busy. They don't even know what to do with their lives. They're trying to get acting careers. They're trying to do these little movie roles. They're trying to do rap albums. Those guys are a joke, man. All they do is talk. They don't fight no more.
So why didn't you, when I asked you about Jones at the press conference, why did you not want to address what he was saying about you on social media?
I just have nothing to say about him anymore, to be honest. I got 10 pounds of gold right here. This thing is so beautiful. Like, he's not going to be in my moment anymore. I have nothing to say about him. He's fuck John Jones. He is who he is. He needs to grow up. He's a little child, man. he's buried himself. I don't have to bury him.
Do you regret saying what you said about him last week in the media about steroids and things like that? Do you feel like you said too much?
No, I don't regret it. I don't regret anything in life besides, the time I tried to attack my buddy Joe Rogan, who, by the way, has one of the best podcasts in the world.
Oh,
But, I don't regret anything.
I saw you guys were very lovey-dovey on Saturday, hugging each other. There was no bad blood there.
Yeah, Joe's my boy. He always has been my boy. I got nothing but love for Joe and everything that he's doing. His podcast is the best podcast in the world. So
What?
it was good to see Joe and
How
embrace this moment.
how many times has Joe Rogan had you on his podcast?
I mean, not directly had me on his podcast, but he's talked about me on his podcast multiple times.
Jeez.
He sold this fight for me. He put that little twerp, what's his name? The little weed kid, I don't know his name.
Sean O'Malley.
Yeah, whatever that little kid's name is. He put him in place for me. He knew that. He as soon as that little kid started talking about me, Rogan's like, whoa, 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 back up, little kid. He put him in place, and so I got a lot of respect for Joe Rogan. He's the man.
Okay. Last thing before I let you go, Colby, and again, thanks for doing this. As I know you're heading out soon. Tyron is coming up in an hour. Anything you'd like to say to Tyron Woodley?
Ty Quill, there's nowhere else to run, nowhere else to hide. What you gonna do now? No more rap albums. I know all the people hate me, but if you really want to hate me, go look on Google, try and listen to this dude rap. That's why he's trying to come fight. That's why he's begging to fight me now, because his rap album's failing. He's got baby mamas to pay. That dude's a joke, man. His B-list acting career that goes straight to DVD. It is no more. Don't worry, Ty Quill. I'm sending you to sleep for good, motherfucker.
Thank you, Colby. Appreciate it. Congratulations. And good luck getting that meeting with President Trump.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. America.
Right. We'll talk to you soon. There he is, Colby Covington.